Before we start this video, I just want to make sure you guys know that these are my ideas and opinions, and these aren't official statements from EA. One of the concerns for the goalies in the NHL community the last few years has been a lack of new camera angles. Despite adding some new dynamic camera angles this year, there really hasn't been anything useful added. The majority of goalies use the default camera, fixed or overhead. Each camera has pros and cons, which is why I've gone into the instant replay mode and created some concepts to possibly be implemented next year. Obviously, custom cameras would be ideal, but if those don't happen, it would be nice to at least have one or two new cameras. I've shown these screenshots to the devs, but I want your feedback on these so I can relay your opinions to them as well. Feel free to go into instant replay and come up with your own ideas and send them in to me. There are three things we need to worry about with cameras. 1, the distance from the goalie, and this affects how much of the ice you can see. 2, the angle or tilt of the camera. This affects self-screening, the ability for goalies to see their own position, and the holes that are open, and the height of shots from the point. 3, the type of camera movement. Tracking the puck like the immersive camera angles where it turns when the puck goes into the corner, or panning like Ice in Classic, or even no movement at all like on Overhead. Now, 2 of these camera angles are really plausible options, where the other ones are just kind of slight variations of the other 2. I took the cons of fixed and improved it, and the cons of overhead and tried to improve that as well. Just a note, for all of these camera angles, ideally the netting would be invisible. So for camera 1, this is the overhead hybrid. The biggest problem is it's hard to track your goalie's positioning and watch the puck at the same time. It's also hard to see the holes you're leaving on the short side. So for this new camera, there'd still be no camera movement. You can still see the whole ice. I added a little more tilt so you can see down the ice and the angle of the shots. You can also see your goalie's positioning and those open holes. This second camera angle is a fixed hybrid. The problem with fixed is the disorienting camera movement when the puck goes behind the net and some slight self-screening. I raised the camera up a little bit higher and adjusted the tilt so there wouldn't be so much camera movement when the puck goes in the corner or behind the net. This next camera angle is a variation of both of these ideas, and I kind of like the distance on this one. It's in between, but it's still close enough where you could get a read on the shooter, but it's also far enough away that you can actually still see most of the ice. The camera movement would be very minimal with this one, and this is actually one of my favorites, and it is a third option, I believe. So let me know what you think about it. This last one's a variation of the overhead hybrid, and honestly, it's very close to ice. It would work in the same way as the immersive camera angles though. So the camera would actually track the puck and turn with it rather than panning left and right like Ice camera does now. It's also very close to like dynamic high or medium or something like that. It would also be better if those cameras worked in a similar way to the immersive cameras. So let me know what you guys think. I have one more concept, but I'm not going to show you guys just because it was so close to fixed that I don't think anyone would be able to tell the difference. And comparing screenshots, there really isn't that big of a difference, so I'm not even going to bother throwing it in here. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your favorite one is. If you have any other ideas, I'll pass it on to developers. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.